Hello, friends, and welcome to Little Bean's Garden, located in Pomona, California, Zone 10A, established in 2015. My name is Sule, and I will be your host for today. Today is June 20th, 2024, and today we will be utilizing our harvested tomatillos. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the husk from the tomatillo, and that is the papery covering that the tomatillo has, and you want to remove that because that's not edible. It's just to protect the tomatillo itself from like sun scald or the weather elements. Another thing with tomatillos, if you've ever grown them, I'm pretty sure you have noticed that they are very sticky. Once you remove that husk, if you touch the tomatillo itself, it's very sticky, and that sticky thing, or that sticky substance that it has, it's actually to deter insects or pests from bothering it or munching on it or going into it. There are some insects that still can damage your tomatillos, but for the most part, since I have grown them for a couple of years, I don't really find a lot of pests that damage the tomatillos, so that sticky substance definitely does work. All right, let me get these all out of their husk and I'll bring you right back. Once you have removed the husk from all your tomatillos, you want to take them to the sink and give them a good rinse, a good wash. You want to remove any soil, any dirt, and especially that sticky substance. You want to make sure that they're nice and clean because you don't want any unwanted ingredients in your salsa. So make sure to take them to the sink and give them a really good wash. Once we have rinsed our tomatillos completely, make sure that it has no dirt, no debris, no sticky substance on it. We're going to set them aside for now. And on the stove, you're going to put a pan. Make sure that you put the pan on medium heat. You don't want it on high heat because it will burn your ingredients. And as you can hear, I'm looking for my little measuring tablespoon. So we're going to be using 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I like to use the vegetable oil because I don't know, I just like the flavor it gives the salsa. You can use any other oil, I'm pretty sure, but I like the vegetable oil. So here I am pouring 1 tablespoon. Here's the second one, and you really don't need a lot. You don't need a lot of oil. You're only adding oil so that your ingredients don't burn and they don't stick to the pan, but you don't need a lot of oil. You can use less if you want to, but I find that the 2 tablespoons are the perfect amount of oil. Once your oil is nice and hot, maybe after 3 minutes or 2 minutes, since you put it in the pan, you're gonna start adding your tomatillos. And be careful, because you rinse your tomatillos, they are gonna have a little bit of water, but because you added only a little bit of oil, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm also adding 3 cloves of garlic and 8 chiles de arbol. Now 8 chiles de arbol will make a mild salsa. If you want a salsa that's not spicy at all, I suggest adding 5 chiles de arbol. If you want a spicy salsa like I love it, I usually use 12 chiles de arbol. But it's up to you, your taste buds, and how much heat you can handle. But 8 makes a mild salsa. You want to make sure you move it around to coat it in the oil as much as possible. And on the tomatillos, you want to get a nice char on it. With the chiles, you don't want them in the oil very long because they will turn bitter. So as soon as you see that you have a little bit of char in the tomatillos, make sure that you start taking out your chile de arbol, because like I said, if you let them burn, they will be bitter and you're not gonna like the taste. Basically, with the chiles de arbol, what you're doing is you want to toast them a little bit in that oil, but you don't want to leave them there long because they do turn bitter and you're not going to like that taste. Believe me, I've tried it and I just absolutely did not like it. It was too bitter for me, and believe me, I will not be doing that again. And also don't forget to take out your garlic cloves because those will burn. They won't turn bitter, but they will definitely burn. So here I have taken all my chiles de arbol and the garlic cloves. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep moving these around until they become nice and char. And that is what gives this salsa, I think, the flavor. Mixing everything in the oil, making sure that everything is coated, making sure that your chiles de arbol don't burn because they will be bitter, and making sure that your garlic cloves are not burnt as well. Alright guys, these tomatillos are almost done, so I am going to be adding onion, and I add a couple of pieces. I did a medium onion and I did about one fourth of an onion. And you want to mix that around, make sure that it's fully coated. And what we are looking for on the tomatillos is this, what I'm going to show you right now. Look at that. That looks absolutely beautiful. So in my opinion, these are done to my liking. You can cook them more, you can cook them less, it's up to you. I will leave that totally up to you. But now that they're done, I'm going to be adding water, and I'm going to be adding 2 cups of water. So here is my first cup. Here we go. And we're going to get our second cup of water. And here is my second cup of water. Once I have added that water, we're going to add back the chiles de arbol and the garlic cloves that we had originally removed. You want to put those back because what we're going to do is we're going to let this boil for about 4 minutes. And you want to mix it so that everything is fully incorporated with that water that we added. Alright? Look at that. It is starting to boil, but it's not quite ready yet. You want to make sure that it is boiling before you take it off the stove. So we're just going to wait a couple of more minutes until it boils. And check this out, it is boiling. And I love to see the change in color of the tomatillo because it has that nice beautiful char, but it also gets this dark deep green, and that's how you know it's ready to take off the stove. This one is definitely ready, so let's go ahead and remove it from the stove. And don't forget to turn off your heat because you don't want anything burning. So here I have my blender. I'm going to be adding the tomatillos, the chiles, the onion. I'm going to be adding everything, and as you notice, I'm not adding everything all together with the water, and the reason for that is because you are going to use that water. However, you're not going to use all of it. You're going to use about you're going to use about a cup of water. And what you're aiming for is basically for the water to cover everything you have in the blender. You don't want to go over that. Here, as you can see, I definitely went over. I didn't take the time to measure, but 1 cup of that water is going to be more than enough. I'm also going to be adding about 1 tablespoon of salt. You can use any type of salt. I'm using sea salt. I don't know, I just find that I like the taste better, but you can use any type of salt. 1 tablespoon of salt. You can use less if you don't want a lot of salt. I like to add and taste the salt in my food. It's not pretty obvious, but you can taste the salt. It tastes just so delicious. Here I'm getting 6 peppercorns, and I do 6. You can do 5, you can do 3. It's up to you. Basically, any recipe that you get online or with me, you can adjust it to your taste. So here I'm showing you that I'm putting 6 peppercorns there in the blender, and then now all we have to do is put the lid on and of course blend everything together. And when you are blending, make sure that you do let it do its job and blend completely, because we have the peppercorns and we have the garlic and the pieces of onion. You don't want to have a lot of those pieces intact. And here we are, the moment of truth. Our ingredients have all been blending for a bit. I made sure that they did blend. And here you can tell that I definitely added a lot of water. So don't make that mistake again. Just 1 cup of that water should be enough. You just wanted to cover the ingredients. Don't add too much or you're going to have a watery salsa. But you know what? Even though it was a little bit watery, it was absolutely divine. You can have this salsa for your tacos or for enchiladas. I love the salsa for enchiladas. Oh my god, it's just so delicious. It's so flavorful because most of the taste, it's not going to be the chiles, it's going to be the tomatillos. It's absolutely divine. Well guys, that's it from Little Bean's Garden. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and sharing this video with your friends. We'll see you in the next one. And if you make this salsa, let me know how you liked it. See you guys. Take care.